In the top right, we have Clem playing as a Protoss. There you go, it's not a TvT at all. And in the bottom left, we have Bunny. It's not a live game, it's replays we're casting here. Clem playing as a Protoss player here. Against Bunny. Trying to avoid the matchup. TvT, I guess. He's probably more practiced now in PvT than he is in TvT. So Bunny does go for an engineering bay block here. Clem pulls 4 probes additionally to his Nexus making probe. He's trying to kill the first SCV. I think we need to swap the... I'm gonna forget this. Just give me a quick second here. Damage, there you guys go. I know everybody likes it damaged. Okay. I don't, by the way, but there you go. Those were my screenshot settings. So Clem does get a quick cancel on that one, and he did kill an SCV with the probe. Now the probe is gonna fall here, but it will get a shot on the Marine, and that's actually impactful. If you go for an Adept now, you can 2-shot that Marine, so it's quite an issue that can happen. This is a Marine expand as well, but it's gonna be into a reactor here before factory, so it should not be a big deal. Definitely gonna get enough Marines to deal with those Adepts, but I mean, it can happen, and he's gonna be able to snipe that Marine for just some hull damage or shields. So you wanna be a little bit careful here, Bunny. Going for the double gas follow-up here. Clem's already thrown down his Twilight Council, going for his second Adept, and will most likely go into a Stalker afterwards. He's gonna cancel that third Adept and go into that Stalker here. Now first Shade coming over. He's gonna look for that Marine. He's actually gonna let that one finish. And he finds the Marine. He's not going for the injured one, which in my opinion is a mistake. Should have... I mean, he got 3 shots off, right? He could have killed that one even. And he's gonna wait for his second Adept to team up here, and he will... What will we do? What will we do? He's gonna go aggressive here, of course. He gets the first Marine, he gets the second Marine. See, that actually did make an impact. Gets 3 Marines. And he's actually gonna kill so many of those Marines. That's insane. He gets 4 Marines here. And he doesn't even lose 1 Adept. So crazy trades here for now. He's gonna go in for another assassination here. Wants to get only 1. And then Shade out, but Bunny's not gonna give it to him. The Hellion to scout here across the map. We'll find that Stalker, and he will probably get a good scout into the main base even. If he just goes now. He's waiting a little bit too long for my taste here, but there you go. He's gonna see that Robo. He's gonna catch a probe even. That's quite nice. Nothing really you can do here as Clem. And then he goes into the main and is gonna find everything up there. He sees that second gate. He's gonna get a couple more shots on probes. Can he get 1 more probe? Yeah, indeed. He's gonna get a second probe here. Quite nice Hellion. Now the Shades are scouting a little bit, but there's no real threat coming from these anymore. There's just too many Marines at this point. I'm gonna see. Did we see a Raven? Did I see that correctly? Yeah, the Raven shadow is just flying over there. And that's of course unseen here by Clem. So he doesn't know that there's a Raven across the map. It's gonna be used for some harassment here. So we need to see some quick pulls from Clem or throw in some units to basically just avert the damage. Divert the damage, I guess. Starbot already producing that reactor. He's going into a triple barracks setup here, of course, with the tanks. And a little bit uncommon. Bunny's just placing all of his buildings in this area. Oh, that's a mistake here. Tank even is gonna shoot that one. So 1 Adept down the drain here for Clem. Reduces the Raven, making its way into the main base, and it's gonna... if it would target the probe, it could have killed gotten a kill here, but unfortunately, Stalkers are gonna be there for the destruction of the order turret. So this is kind of interesting. Now we do see that wall approach, but it's not like a arc. It's still gonna be fine enough. This is very little space to blink in, but the add-ons are exposed. Of course, there's no big blink aggression, and Bunny did see that because he saw there's only 3 gates. It's not like there was a crazy amount of gates at the time already, and the gates were quite late. No emphasis. He saw that robo being added in before the 3rd gate, and that was basically a tell, right? Oh, you're not gonna go that fast, crazy, right? The shoot battery is gonna keep things safe here. Now, unfortunately, that Raven hasn't really paid off at all so far. He's just chilling here with an observer. That's kind of funny. Raven has no way of dealing with that, unfortunately, since there's no place for auto turrets. Now the observer does get pulled back. 4 stalkers going aggressive, just sniping 1 marine and going back now. It's trying to repeat that, but unfortunately Bunny a little bit too on top of that, with a Marauder dealing a lot of extra damage to that stalker. It's trying to set up a 3rd base, but the Adept is still waiting. A Marauder against the Adept, the eternal challenge here for both. The Adept is just gonna walk away. The Marauder cannot really kill it. Oh, it can! Oh my god, I can't believe it. Now the Raven coming in again is gonna try to chuck out that auto turret. Is not gonna find a kill, unfortunately, here. But the push is commencing. Clem, though, has a lot of units. He's a little bit stuck, though, behind his stalkers there. But as I say, that a flank from the bottom here is gonna do the trick. Bunny's army is completely gonna get destroyed here. He does manage to salvage a few units, and I'm pretty sure he just lost the Raven. No, where's the Raven? Oh, it's still sitting over here. Didn't see it. And the Warp Prism is starting to do its harassment. Now, Clem's just pushing across the map. He's just chasing Bunny all the way back home. He says, I don't care about your Raven. He got 1 kill, by the way. We can see this here. And yeah, Bunny just cannot hold this. Wow. Clem is just gonna run away with the game. That was a very, like, a superb defense into a just seesaw. I'm gonna kill you, switch flip. Let's see if all the settings are saved. Okay. Whispers of Gold. It's gonna be the next map. It's gonna be again a TvP here. Alright, we're gonna be in the game very soon. There we are. On the bottom right, it is Clem. And the top left, we do have Bunny. Clem with a superb defense there in that last game. Just had everything he needed. Nothing unnecessary. It's probably all because he killed that 1 SCV with a probe. All the timings just worked out perfectly for him. No, he just crushed that army. It was insane. And there was no second layer of defense set up for Bunny. There was nothing he could fall back to. There was no structure wall, really, that he could just hold his own into. You saw the army from Clement was just walking in a Congo line. Like, if there was a situation where Bunny could have just kept that Zealot force back, that would have been basically what he needed to do. This game, he's gonna do something very aggressive. He's just gonna go for 2 racks inside his base, though. He can lift this one to produce from this area, to be a little bit faster. And Clem does not see this. He's just going for the usual harass. Bunny might have been identifying that Clem actually did not really go deep into the base with his scout. He was more just harassing the natural. And he's doing the same, but there's no natural on the way. It's gonna be 2 Rex Reaper. Finally we see, but this is like the perfect timing. He wanted to get this down anyways. And the 2 Rex Reaper is starting. This can transition into a very quick 1-1-1, sorry, 2-1-1 build, of course. And we'll have to wait and see how many Reapers he wants to produce. Definitely gonna go for 3, it seems here. But does he want to do more? We could see like the 5 going into the factory, but the factory has to be delayed, of course, because he's only operating on 1 gas. I don't think we're gonna see that addition of Hellions to these Reapers. He's gonna pull the Reapers for now. He wants to surprise, so I hope he's gonna go for 5. 3 are powerful, 5 are extremely powerful. They can really chew down those adepts very, very fast, and the adepts usually won't have enough time to even kill one of the Reapers if you have like 5, because the DPS is just too high from the Reapers. Now he's gonna go with 3, he's gonna reveal them, and he will kill that first adept. This is like where you still have to micro those Reapers heavily, but the adept has no real chance of killing one anyways. Now, another single file adept, this could be a mistake. He's waiting on the ramp, he's gonna shade back, okay, so he's gonna play this smart, and he will try to hit that low Reaper. He's gonna not kill one, unfortunately. The shade was a tiny bit too fast there, it seems. So the 3rd shot didn't get off. And we do see extra Reapers coming in now. It's only gonna be... oh, it's gonna be 5, but so far we only have 3 here at the entrance. He does get past these units, but he does lose a Reaper. He doesn't kill any of the units, unfortunately. The sheep battery was a great play here by Clem. Very nice safety net indeed. He's gonna lose 2 probes though, nonetheless, but the Reaper aggression is dealt with. And there's 1 more Reaper, but I mean, there's a ship battery. He's not gonna lose a probe, I think. Yeah, he's just gonna walk into ship battery. The Reaper is not gonna be sacrificed here. Good call by Bunny. He's gonna move that back. Does not have the DPS to out damage ship battery healing. Oh, he's gonna go for 3 racks. Of course, brilliant follow-up here. So that stim is quite fast. Combat shields coming in afterwards. He's probably gonna pull SCVs with this one, I would imagine. And I hope he's gonna make a few Marauders as well. He's gonna go with an engineering bay. We're gonna see that +1, but this is not gonna be a game where you see something flying here from the terrain, unless it's gonna be a flying building. So no medivacs. Maybe we're gonna see tanks. It doesn't have to be. It can just be a marine SCV pull, which is also quite powerful, but he has some leeway, so I'm imagining this is gonna be a factory here. There we go. And Clem doesn't really have any vision. He has no idea. He just sees like, this is like a normal setup. Yeah, 1 engineering bay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you got this. And we're gonna see that upgrade being started here very soon from the engineering bay. There we go, +1, and that's gonna be the push timing. So he's gonna probably get like 2 tanks, I'd assume. Reaper's still trying to be aggressive here on the map, trying to find an entrance into the base of Clem, scout the army, but I mean, he just got splattered. Now 6 Stalkers, 3rd base, Warp Prism on the way. Clem is doing the exact same build as last game, but he's not going into a fast charge here as of yet. I think he got charged last game before he got the 3rd base. Might have been mistaken there. But if he blinks into this army... if he blinks into this army... Bunny is gonna have a good time. Oh, he's even gonna go for that starport. So this might not be an SCV pull. But if he... Oh, so he just shows a little bit of that army. He stims the whole army though. And Clem moves into the main base with the shade, so he reveals the whole rest of the army, and this is an issue for Bunny. He has stimmed all of the units. He didn't kill that much. I think he killed 1 Stalker maybe and 1 Adept for a big stim. Now he's gonna stim again, he's gonna kill a few units here, but only one stalker, I think. So in the end, only, well, I guess he got 3 stalkers, 2 adepts total, that was 1 adept from the Reapers, but this is not looking that great for Bunny as of yet. Like, Clem should have everything he needs to deal with this. He's starting to go into his charge, he's doing his double prong aggression, which he really likes to do with the stalkers, just sniping units. He gets a marauder even, that's a high value target here in a group of units, and he's throwing down extra gates. These are a little bit late though, it feels like, but just making this work for now. Can Bunny come back in this game? I mean, he still has that option to just hold the boys. He's going for Widow Mines, and now he's going into a double drop. The Stalkers are gonna barely see those medevacs, but maybe Clem was a little bit distracted, didn't see them on the top of the screen. Now he saw the units definitely being unloaded there and trying to chase him out. Third base on the way here. Okay, I mean, Bunny is kind of just trying to play this from behind a little bit, it seems like. He had that bulk of units, but it didn't really do anything for him. He still has them. He didn't lose the army. Oh, this could be a nice Widowmine shot. Oh, it's not gonna get the connection, so the Zealots just come in here at the worst timing here. Oh! Oh! Oh, that was great, actually. Oh, that was really good for Bunny. Now, if this push can make something happen, he's gonna be in a very, very formidable spot here. He could even potentially win the game if he just clears all of the units. I said the gateways were a little bit late, so no extra weapons of Zealots here for this push, and you just saw 4 Zealots get wrecked by 2 Widow Mines, basically. And yeah, he's just gonna kill Clem, because there's just too much firepower here. Not enough units for Clem. He needed everything to deal with this push. Bunny is gonna take the W here, so 1-1, tying up the series. Okay. Let's go into game number 3 then. The map is gonna be Frostline. Yeah. You'll see it. There it is. Bottom left, Bunny. Top right, the Protoss named Clem. Now will Bunny go again for that double Reaper opening? The 5 Reapers. The Reapers themselves didn't do that much, it felt like, but triple barracks follow-up, that really had enough punch to kind of power through everything that Clem was doing. Clem really needed some AoE for that to deal with it, but he was, or at least an abundance of units, and he didn't have any of those, so the War Prism was definitely a big deal, getting caught there by the double Widow Mines. And that was a big mistake. That was definitely on Clem. He saw the Widow Mines burrowing. He saw when he flew in that there is that setup. And then he just gets chased out by literally 3 units. And maybe he was trying to come back with those Zealots to try and surround the army, come from behind. That would have been a good move. That was pressuring his own 3rd. So that could have been the thought process there, but that definitely didn't work out. Probe is trying to delay this command, so they're doing a fairly good job here. 130 minerals, 150 minerals. Too far along here, so quite a nice delay. A couple of seconds there. And you're wondering, like, why is he trying so hard to delay that? That's because he wants to pressure with the Adept and he wants to get a kill on the SV that's making the command center. Also, reducing the health does, of course, allow the 2-shot for the Adept, so that means it has, like, I don't know, the Adept attack speed is really slow, so there's a good chance that he actually gets a delay on this one, if he can get into the position. Now Reaper's just scouting around for a proxy, he's immediately throwing down a bunker here. I really like this choice, it's gonna make this a very safe approach, and we see something hidden. A third command center. Okay, can this work for Bunny? I like his variety of strategies showing. He opened standard in the first game with like a strong 2-base timing, which completely got crushed. Then he played a 3 racks opening into just amounts of units. As you see, the Adept is coming in here, but the Reaper, he can just hop into that bunker. The Adept is not gonna have a good time here harassing these SCVs. And he has to abandon ship. But that Adept would have been, timing-wise, in a good position to actually get a kill on the SCV making that command center. Now, 2 Adepts, that's where Clem likes to move in. Bunny needs to get his unit. Oh, no, see? Where's the Reaper? Ah, that Marine is dust. Now, these Adepts are gonna camp the ramp. The Reaper went outside. He's the only one that has the speed to be able to harass these Adepts, but he's like... He needs to be so careful because he's gonna touch the sun whenever he tries to do this. Okay, so we see 2 more barracks behind us, by the way. You know, he loses another Marine, man. Marines are so important if he goes for this play, right? Now 4 Marines in that bunker. Clem does not have an idea what's going on behind this, and this is gonna be an explosion of units with an explosion of economy. So really smart opening in my opinion. I think, of course, Clem should know this, but it's so off meta that it makes a lot of sense. Clem has been playing the same old every game. And Bunny's like, hey, a lot of units that worked against you, but this time I'm not gonna do it of 5 Reapers and 2 barracks in the early game. I'm gonna do it of 3 command centers. Very fast 3 command centers. Look at that, already done here. He needs to get rid of these Adepts though. He really wants to kill those, if possible. Now this is going to be a upgrade-less, only stim combat shield push most likely. Already see a bunch of the Marines out here, and this is where Clem should know something's up. That's a little bit too much for 2 barracks at this point. I mean, he did actually unload everything from the bunker, so maybe Clem is not taking the bait yet. I mean, maybe he's like, oh, it's just a normal amount. He's keeping everything else back, going into 5 barracks so fast here before the starport even. Throwing down the starport now, is going to go into the reactor immediately here, so no tank being produced here. Already going into Marauders. He's gonna go just super biocentric. And the 3rd CC was seen. Clem does get a scout. Barney unfortunately was not able to snipe the observer. That would have been the perfect disguise, but now Clem knows what's up and he's immediately throwing down his AoE. Immediately going into that robotics bay. Should get his +1 fired up here any second. He has it selected, and there you go. Maybe he was deciding if he wants to go for damage or armor. But if he goes with the Colossus, you really want to go into that damage. Now Bunny is gonna take his 3rd base on location. He has a big army out here in the front. No medevacs yet. He does stim a big group of that army. Not all though this time. It's a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but he's gonna push Clem back and he will take his 3rd base. And he's trying to actually surround these Stalkers here. Stalkers did blink into a wrong location, and you have nothing to do in this part of town. And he loses everything but 2 Stalkers. Pretty good catch here from Bunny. We just see the first medevacs joining up now, and this is where this army is just gonna get healed up, and then all the damage that was dealt by the stims is gone. double engineering bay. He has a follow. Bunny's setup is looking great so far, I have to say. But he now needs to get a good fight, because if he just loses everything to that one Colossus, then all of the lead is gone. He's in a good economic position. I mean, ideally Clem would already love to have a 4th base working against the 3 base setup from a Terran. He does have a +1 upgrade lead, which is going to be quite significant, because, I mean, we're just about to start those upgrades here for Bunny. And the longer Bunny waits, I mean, the worse it's going to get for him in this engage, because there's going to be more and more Colossi. Now, Bunny's going to abandon this plan. And Clem is going to try and intercept some reinforcements, but that's not going to be a lot of damage here. Now, if Bunny can kind of poke down with that main force and show he's still in the bottom, this is not seen. And this group could easily cancel that Nexus. He's going to go for it. Clem has it selected and he has to cancel that one. Now, a few Zealots hitting a depot. That's not really what you're looking for here. And the army pulled to the north now. The big group here in the south is coming in, trying to kill this Nexus off. If he just goes for the Nexus, I think he can get it. He's gonna, unfortunately, distribute the damage a little bit too much here. It feels like he's trying to kill the army. Meanwhile, he's dropping in the north. He's killing the Colossus here. Very good pickup. But the army fight in the south is not going as great here. And the Zealots are starting to deal some damage in the natural here. Now he's going to evacuate here in the south. He's going to get a nice Widowmine shot. Takes that Stalker. And he still has this group. If he can keep the Medevac alive and kill these Stalkers, would have been amazing. Unfortunately, a good warp in here and a nice blink are going to save the Stalkers and clear the rest of the army. So he settles for a few probes. But this was a good cancel. If he could have killed this base, just clicked it down, snipe it down. I mean, with that +1, it's definitely reducing a lot of your potential damage, but maybe he could have done it. Maybe he could have done it. I'm not sure about this one. He's trying to do a Widowmine drop now. He gets the Medevac out in the north, which is quite nice, but there's no defenses set up here in the main base, and the Prism harass is gonna start here. He's gonna go and poke at the Colossus. The main fight, I don't think he can win. This is Clem. Clem overextending a little bit, but he's going into the main at the same time. The Vikings do kill the last Colossi though. But look at this whopping. I mean, this is such a Clem move. He will recall that Prism, but if he just focuses on the engineering bay, he's gonna do it now. But Zealot's stuck a little bit here. I'm not sure what that's all about. He's actually not focusing. He's just trying to kill every SCV, and it's working. 23 SCVs have died. He still has 40 SCVs, so it's not like he's actually really down in SCVs. But oh boy, that low Medevac, man. In the front here, getting killed. The second one is almost getting killed. Medevac's energy is so low. 30 SCVs have been killed. The Widowmines get 2 probes. That's nothing in comparison. And Bunny hasn't been remaking SCVs. He's finally starting his SCV production again, but now all the economic lead he has had from that early game is completely gone down the drain. And he's only inside this because he still had that lead. Now he's really on the back foot. We do see it again, a Prism setting up here, trying to get in. And yeah, Bunny is even struggling to heal up his units at this point. He does have no real income to support a big production cycle. And you see this, he's like making 4 Marines into Medevacs. He has to just frantically reproduce those SCVs, finally getting up over 40 again here. And ideally you want to be looking at a 4th base at this point, right? Now Clem is going into a Dark Shrine, going into 2nd Forge here. We do see another push. It's only going to be that one Colossus again, but that's like a red... It's kind of like a red herring. It's like a big bait. The army is actually that what deals damage, and the Colossus is just like, hey, I'm the threat, you know? And we see again the War Prism dropping out. The Zealots in like a Congo line. Can Bunny kill it before the big Warpin? No! The Warpin gets through. And Bunny's just gonna GG because he also loses the army at the front here. Oh my god. What a game. Clem just completely pulling Bunny apart. You can really see what that basic skill of insane multitasking can do for you in a game of StarCraft.